Hello, my name is Jonas Sinaga. So in this video, I'm going to explain my data analysis. So firstly, I have 15 questions here, and my research questions are to what extent to what extent is students' learning motivation. Second, to what extent students' engagement in classroom, and the third, the correlation between students' learning motivation and students' engagement in the classroom. And the purpose of this data is to find the correlation between students' learning motivation and students' engagement in the classroom. So let's find the data. First, we find the Cronbach alpha coefficient. So first you go to the analyze and go to scale and reliability analysis. So we have here we have all the items here. First of all, you have to put the items these questions 1.1 until 1.8 to the right, and make sure this is on the alpha, and then you click OK. So this is the Cronbach alpha efficiency, and as well we put we do the same thing from question 2.1 until 2.7. Move to the right, and then we click OK. So this is the reliability. So the scale is 0 to number 1. So we have 0.719. So the more closer the Cronbach alpha to number 1, it's the most reliable the question is. So we have 0.719 and 0.684. So that's the Cronbach alpha and coefficient. So after we find the Cronbach alpha coefficient and the interpretation, and now let's move on to the frequency and the percentage. So first we go to the analyze, and then descriptive, statistics, and frequencies. So let's here, same as previously, the items that we put into the variables. First is questions 1.1 until 1.8. We put it in the variables, and then click OK. So this is the frequency and the percentage. So as we can see here, the question 1.1, you can see the percentage, and the strongly agree who in the question 1.1, the strong frequency of strongly agree is 4, agree is 23, not agree 6, and not strongly agree. Strongly not agree is 2, and so on. Questions 2 until question 1.8. Same as the questions 2.1 until 2.7. We move to this descriptive statistics, and then frequency. First, we have to put questions item questions 2.1 until questions 2.7 to the right, and we click OK. So this is the frequency of the questions 2.1 until 2.7. As we can see here, the frequency of the answer here. The strongly agree, we have 18, agree 11, not agree 6, and so on. So that's the frequency and the percentage. After we analyze the percentage, the frequency and the percentage, as you can see here, we can see the frequency such as the questions 1.1, that the frequency, the highest frequency is agree in 23. Highest frequency, the frequency is high. Agree is the highest. So as you can see here, most of the questions, the questions from questions 1.1 until 1.7, the frequency, the highest is the in agree. And then we move to the frequency table from questions 2.1 until 2.7. As you can see here, first the question 2.1, agree is the highest. Then we move to the question 2.2, not agree is the highest, and again in the question 2.3, agree is the highest, same as the previously. Agree is the highest, and so on. So that's the maximum and the minimum percentage of the questions. Okay, now let's move on to the computing variables. So in here, in order to correlate, we have to add all the items, items. So let's find the data. So first we move to transform, and then we click commute variable. So as we have here, as you can see, first we add question 1.1 until so we have two variables, question 1 item question 1.1 until 1.8, such as 1 we enter the data, enter the question, plus question 1.2 plus 1.3 plus 1.4 plus question 1.5 plus question 6, so on until question 1.8. So before we total all the items, first we have to name the variable, such as same as your research question, students learning motivation total. Okay, after you put the target variable and you click OK. So it's not shown in the output, but shown in the master file. So this is the total of all the variable. You can change the variable, the decimals from 2 to 0, such as like this. Okay, and now same as the previously, we transform keyword variable, we set. Now we put a question 2.1 until 2.7 to find out the total, just like this. Question 2.1 plus into so on until question 2.7. And you put the target variables, students engagement total, so just like this, and you click OK. So this is the total of the variable. Same as previously, we reduce the decimals to 0. Change the decimals into 0. So that's the computing the variables.